What's up, you guys? I wanted to give you guys a rundown on how I made this scene. I'll post it right now. I'll put it up on the screen. This whiskey glass. And the way that I would do that is I could use this, or I can use a cylinder, but I might actually just try and use this. So tab, subdivide, and hit 2. Grab this and this. And let's scale this out. Shift Z. That looks pretty good. Even if it's not perfect, I think it will make a cool looking glass. And the nice thing is we already have great topography here. I'm going to go with these top. I'm going to actually delete the faces. And down here, I'm going to inset this. And then I'm going to do a solidify modifier. That looks pretty good. And then we can just apply this immediately. Out of edit mode, apply, shade auto smooth. I'm gonna do auto smooth because I will have some stuff in here that I want to be rounded and stuff that I don't want to be rounded. Control 3. We're gonna do a subdivision surface, or a subsurface modifier. And then I'm going to click on this, go back into edit mode, and I might go right click subdivide, just so we have a little bit more to work with. And I might take that subdivide up 2. And we might take this down to 2 should be fine. Grab these faces. And we can scale Shift Z. And now I'm going to take these. We're going to go 1 or 2. We're just messing around here. Scale Shift Z. 3, and take these and we're going to go S, Shift Z, and scale these inwards. Once they cross over, that's when they've gone too far, so we can do that. I like that. And I wonder if we turned this to something like this, if it wouldn't be a little better. Yeah, Catmull Clark is perfect. I like that a lot. We need to get out of edit mode. Now we can go Shift A. We can go plane. And we can scale it. And let's go to our camera. Let's go Q, lock camera to view. Jeez. There we go. Literally just intersecting. And it looks kind of like a clay pot at the moment, which is fine. Because I'm going to actually click on camera again, and I'm going to change this to let's do a 35mm lens. Why not? Why not go a little wide angle? And instead of looking up at the glass, making the glass look large, let us look down at the glass as if it is on a table. Maybe even put some liquid in it later. That might be the goal. And let's get some nice framing here. Let's do this. That looks wonderful. That looks wonderful. Now this flooring, I'm gonna go Shift A, I'm gonna hit scale. And now I'm gonna turn this into our shader editor. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna hide this. And I'm actually going to hit N, and I'm going to change this over as well. And we're going to turn this into our asset browser with use Blender project files. And I should have a wood texture here. That is sensation. Wooden planks. Let's drop that on. Let's take this and let's delete this plank. These wooden planks are perfect for what we are going for. Now that we have that in there, I would like to also grab, oh, wooden planks material was right there. That's hilarious. Let us bring in a bottle, where I'm certain we have a bottle here, right here. Let's bring this bottle in just so that I can click on this bottle and I can click on this and I can go brown glass. And then I'm going to duplicate this brown glass and I'm going to label it clear glass. Clear glass. So, and right now this glass is, as you can see, not clear. Let us lock that camera in. Let's get this light and let us change it to a spotlight or an area light. And let's set this at 5,000 watts. Now, as we can see, this is very much not transparent. We're gonna need to change that. Let's hit T over here, get rid of that. Let's try and center this up. We can see it a little bit better. This is great wood texture that we have here. But the next thing I need to do is I need to change the color of this glass. This glass is not the color that we wanted. So we're gonna come here, we're gonna take saturation all the way down. We're gonna come to base color, we're gonna take the saturation all the way down. And then right here, we're going to take the saturation all the way down. And it is still very dark, so we need to take the value up to white. And this way, while we're messing with this glass, we want this to be quite shiny. Roughness is low, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and look at this. Okay, that's not it. This. I think I'm gonna go back to this. Well, let's go back to this and let's, boom. Let's click on this. Let's go Shift T. Nope, can't do that. Let's go Control T. Let's take this out. And this image, we're gonna go open. We're gonna go Documents, Assets, Stock, Textures. And I have a wonderful smudge texture here that I will use. This right here, or this. Both of these are fantastic. I think this one is the one we're gonna use. Let's go tab here. Let's go Control A, scale. Let's go tab U, Smart UV project. Looks like these are separate from their neighbors, which means that the smudge texture will not work. And that's not what we're looking for, gentlemen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna go like this, and like this, and I'm gonna go X, dissolve edges. And then I'm going to go like this, and like this. Ooh, interesting. And I'm going to mark these as seams. Right click, mark seam. Now I'm also going to take these and I am going to go X, dissolve edges. And I'm going to come in here, and somewhere in here we're going to need a cut on one of these edges. I might go like this. That looks good. And we're going to go right click, mark seam. And then I am going to come in here and I'm going to take these edges, and I'm going to go X, dissolve edges. We just need to clean up that a little bit. Now I'm going to go Tab. I'm going to go Control or Alt. Yeah. Alt Control A, set scale. Just double check that I have that set. And then I'm going to take this and we're going to go Edit All, U, Unwrap. And look at how much better this is. Now this seems to be a lot better. Look at how clean this is. It's actually going to wrap. When we put a texture around it, it will wrap and it'll connect right here, which is wonderful. So now I can go Tab and I can come here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to go Color Ramp, Factor, and then I'm going to take this right into the roughness of this and right into the roughness of this. And so what we're doing here is I'm going to make sure that there is some areas that are not clean. And what that does is it adds some realism to the glass. So if I come back to here and I go boom with this shader, it will make, under the right lighting circumstances, some areas that are rough. But it looks like I do not. Oh, there it is, ocean. So I'm gonna bring the ocean out. GX. And then I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna go Tab, and I'm gonna go 3, and I'm gonna almost actually just go linked like that. And then also go Shift linked. Linked, linked. There we go. So now all of this is selected, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Shift D, right click, key by selection, tab, click on this, which is the new selection I just made. I'm going to go edit, and I'm gonna scale all, I'm gonna go all, scale Z. And we're gonna take it down, scale Z down. And then I'm gonna scale Shift Z to where it goes in. Actually, not yet. I'm gonna take this top, we're gonna go to 2, we're gonna take this top, and we're gonna go right, we're gonna go Q, grid fill. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go 3, and I'm gonna go I for inset, and I'm gonna just inset it a little bit. That's perfect. Now I'm gonna go tab, and I'm gonna go scale Shift Z. As long as it's not showing through any of these sides, that's all that matters to me, is I don't want it to be popping through. And for it not popping through, right? What I want for this, because this has the same texture as the glass itself, I'm actually going to click this and then click this. And I'm gonna go Control L, and it's going to be link materials. And so now this has the ocean material, but what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna click just this, I'm gonna click this material, I'm gonna go new material, I'm gonna call this water. There we go. I like that. Because now it's going to be different. Now when I make a change to this, it's not going to affect this. So I can delete this, and then I can come here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to take the scale on this way the hell down. 1. And honestly take this scale down to like 2. Even less than that. 1. Now, another thing is this color ramp right here is going into this strength, and this strength needs to be at 0.5. Another thing that we need here is we have this translucent BSDF and kind of a transparent BSDF. I'm thinking, especially transmission on this needs to be there. Specular, we're going to go 1.5. Boom. I need this to be very transparent. So I'm going to be going like this. We're going to be taking that transparency up. And I don't even actually want a translucency in this at all. We want this. And then the volume absorption here, we're going to set this to this, and we're taking this density way the hell down. Something like that. I'm going to take this to 0.01. Because when we're looking down into it, I don't want it to be that dark, right? That's too dark. That's not realistic. No liquid is that dark. Now the volume absorption I have made kind of a whiskey color, so I actually might change this to whiskey, just for the hell of it. And let's come over here. Let's change this blue to something a little golden. And let's take this wood here. See, I'm not digging this, what's going on here. It's very, very reflective. Even though water is pretty much completely rough, or has zero roughness to it, I'm not digging kind of what's going on there. So now that we're this far in, something we should have done a while ago, Control save. Glass of whiskey. I spelled that wrong, but I don't care. And the transparency color should be clear. There we go. But now I kind of want this wood to be a lot darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the contrast up. Actually, I'm going to take the brightness down. And then we can take the saturation up just a little bit. Now the next thing I'm thinking is it's just too bright. So what we can do is we can get rid of this sky texture. Let's actually go like this. Let's go 0 on this. Boom. And let's go Shift A, light, area light, GZ, scale. Let's set this area light to 5,000. Now let's go back to our view camera. That is looking so much better. We have a golden liquor, a clear glass. I will say the glass is still picking up a lot of the color from around it, and I wish it wouldn't do that. Just because we have such red hue here, it's just letting a lot of that in and refracting it. So I really want to try and take it a little bit cooler, and I'm wondering if that will balance out the red. So I'm going to come into these and I'm just going to put a little blue in. Volume absorption is at 36. Let's set that to 1. Now let's hit QQ. Let's lock camera to view and let's get some different looks at this. That's looking really good. One thing I don't like is that this is rounded up here. So what I'm going to take this is I'm going to go tab and I'm going to take this top part, and I'm gonna go GZ. Because I want it to be surface tension, right? And then I want to go GZ and take this down to the very bottom. Just make sure it's not coming out of any of these angles right here, right? That's what we want. We want it touching the bottom. And then this is starting to look a little pink now, a purple, if you will. So I might actually come here and reset this to we might take saturation completely down on this. I just hate how pink it's turning. Well, that's turning pink because of that. Let's take saturation down. Let's take saturation down to 0, saturation down to 0. It's just absorbing so much of the other color around it that I'm a little annoyed with that. So I wonder if I go into specular and I just set this to 0.5 and do that, that might. Another thing I'm wondering is if I just take this directly into this and get rid of the BSDF, principal BSDF. I'm thinking that that is the move. IOR, color, multi-scattered roughness. Go Control C. Let me exit this. Let's get this over here. Let's go Control click. I'm gonna be honest, there is a darkness on the top of this glass when I set it down and I look at the table. It's not that dark, but there is a ring of darkness around the top here. And so that doesn't look bad like that. I actually really like that a lot. That looks really good. It's only when this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. That looks a little bit better. That looks a little too harsh, but that looks really good. And with the warping of everything else around it, I really like that a lot. Let's go tab. Let's get out of edit mode. This looks really good. I'm liking where this is going. This definitely has a much better realistic look of kind of whiskey in a glass. Now the whiskey itself could probably be a little darker. So I'm gonna go into this volume absorption and I'm gonna just drop this down a little bit and raise the saturation of it. See how well that works. Oh, density is at 1. Let's set this to 1. Let's see what that looks like. Way too much, right? That's cranberry juice. .5, 0.7. I'm liking that. Now let's take this hue and let's make it a little bit more golden. That looks like a good whiskey. Definitely a bourbon, not a scotch. A scotch would probably be like this and like that. That would be a scotch. But I'm going for a bourbon here. This is also a quad shot of whiskey. This is quite a large amount, unless this is a shot glass, but I don't know of any shot glasses that short and stout. So we need to add ice. Let's go tab. Oh, not tab. Let's go shift A. Oh wait, yeah, let's hit Control A scale on this. Let's go Shift A We're gonna go mesh, and we're going to go cube. We're gonna go GZ, scale Z, and we're gonna get it off of medium point. We're gonna go, we're gonna go medium point. We're gonna get off individual origins. And now let's go edit. Let's take this and let's scale this on the Y. GX. Control 2. Control Z. Control 1. GZ. Tab. Control B. There we go. That works. Shade smooth. Shade auto smooth. We're gonna go Control L, link materials. Then I'm gonna click on this material and I'm going to go break, and we're gonna call this ice. And we're gonna take the roughness of this up a lot. In fact, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this, and we're going to grab a different texture. It's something with scratches on it, really is what we're looking for. We want something that looks like broken ice. So this might be good. I'm looking for something a little bit more kind of like this. This actually might be really good. Let's try this. Let's go open image. Let's go like this, and let's set this to white. Bring this back, bring this up, bring this up. Let's go constant. I like that a lot. Because now when we go like this, we have some roughness and some non-roughness on the ice. And we don't need it to be white. We can actually take this down a lot. So it's just slightly. Now I can go Shift D, Z, rotate, rotate. Now I'm gonna go edit, and I'm gonna go GX, Control Z, GX, GZ, GZ, and just all scale. Just make it look a little different. Tab, scale, GZ, Shift D, Z, rotate, X. Now this, we're going to go click on this. I'm going to come here to physics, and I'm going to go rigid body, active, mesh. There we go. That's what it is. Yes. And then what I need these to be, okay, so then that's great. That's great. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna go, boom, mesh, boom, mesh, boom, mesh, boom, mesh. Yeah. And then we're also going to take these, scale them down. And we're going to take this, well, we can just go like this. Looks like I figured it out. Okay. Shader editor. And we're actually going to get rid of the roughness. There's just going to be no roughness. I am going to render this, and I will post this video probably within the next week or so. So we'll have a nice little glass tutorial coming out. Have a good one, you guys. Deuces.